What's up, everybody? It's Golden Lotus. I'm back again. Make sure that you hit me up at www.goldenlotus.me if you like the content. All that stuff links right back to YouTube. I'm on Facebook. Now I'm officially forced out of being Pete Golden Lotus. I'm now Pete Lotus Aravallo. That's my full name, so if you want to find me there to link up, go right ahead. Today's segment is going to be it's kind of on the spur of something. I just put it together relatively quickly. A friend of mine had to borrow my car, and I was using her car. And she was playing this audiobook, and it was basically about all the big brand foods out there, and they were talking about that and their links to obesity. And I don't always indulge in conspiracies. Actually, that's not true. I do happen to like conspiracies, but I don't always believe them. And when I listened, I ended up listening to the entire series of this book. It was so compelling that these companies, Nabisco, Kraft, all these guys, when you see kids being overweight or you see adults being overweight, it's so easy to blame them. And yes, because partially they are the ones ultimately responsible for putting the things in their mouth and not moving their bodies enough, of course. That's all there. But these companies have a real legitimate conspiracy towards our health in this country. They actually invested money in finding out something, what they call a bliss point of sugar and fat. So that means that they specifically create products that have the right fat texture in your mouth and are also the perfect amount of sweet for both children, which children actually desire a higher level of sweet than adults. Usually what kids think of as sweet for adults is usually too sweet. So they actually formulate products for both children and adults and specifically market these products towards them. The other thing that, this is so wild and so, I almost couldn't even believe it, that the sugar relaxes our esophagus and actually ends up making us hungrier and hungrier. So you're already eating this food that has almost zero nutrition. They say they add vitamins and stuff like that, but the absorption level just realistically isn't there. Because all the sugar, all that stuff is overriding all that absorption. It's taking over all those processes. So it's the added vitamins in Fruity Pebbles isn't necessarily a real thing. It's not something that you should take into account when you're thinking about these things. So what I just wanted to put out there is, yes, there is a bona fide conspiracy against you, and yes, you are a willing participant in it, but they're also creating an addict. And so what I'd like to put out there is, I'm an old school sort of, obviously you don't really know me like that, but I'm an old school hardcore kid, punk kid, and always, resisting authority, those sorts of things. And this is one of the key ways to resist. If you wanted to resist corporate power, this is the exact way to do it. Do not buy these foods from these people. They are specifically against you, your health, and your well-being. That's my message for today, and that's all it's going to be. So I hope that you like it. Please share this. I'm going to come back. When I actually post this on my website, I'll have links to the book, to the audiobook that this was actually referring to, because they actually did the research and did the work of figuring this stuff out. Like I said, this is one of the most horrifying things I've really ever heard. I just off the bat don't really trust these big companies anyway. This just sort of put the nail in the coffin. When you're in a supermarket, shop perimeters. Do not shop in that middle. It's a trap. It's a trap for your health. It's a trap for the health of your children, and I think for society as a whole. Thank you.